Well, hello, it's Bearsback. Just kidding. It's Doug, but I am entering Bearsback's giveaway, and I thought the intro would be apt, especially because when I hear Bearsback's intro, I always think of Baloo from Jungle Book. So, the goal in this competition is to pick a 6-pin lock and then gut it. We must pick the 6 pins within 5 minutes at most. Went looking around, realized that all of my guttable locks are 5 pins, so at least on first glance. So it took me a while to realize I think I've got to use this one, and maybe it'll bring me some luck because this one I won from Al LaBelle back in, quite a while ago now. So it brought me luck in the first place. Now's the time that I hope it will bring me luck again. Obviously it works, and let me remove the old key. The key bitting, by the way, a Bill Bacardi-esque style, a mild Bacardi-esque bitting. And this lock has an interesting surprise inside, which I will show you once we are in there. So let's see if we can get you a little closer. Still going to be hard to get you a good view, but let's get moving. Takes just the right tension. And I did just pick this off camera, basically to save you guys some time. I picked it so that I already have a feel for what tension is necessary. And you need enough tension to actually hold on to these serrated pins. They're very tricky. This is a Paclock 200A, by the way. And working my way down the line of pins. By the way, this is a Southward offset ball slimline. I picked it up along the way, and I'm actually quite fond of it. It is not the pick to end all picks, neither would any be, but it is a nice, useful pick, especially when you do have some highs and lows, and it's got a nice small tip in there for contacting one small pin at a time, which is of course necessary with these pack locks and their tiny pins. Okay, 1 and 2 clicking, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good snap on 6. One, 2, 3, made a click. 4 got a click. 5 another click. Well, maybe that was 6. So you basically work your way down, nudging these pins past their individual serrations until you get your open. There we go. So, time to gut. Obviously, well under the 5 minutes there. Let us disassemble. I'm going to raise that up to give myself a little more clearance, and hopefully you guys will still have a good view. And this one's a non-standard. Most locks have like a Phillips down the shackle hole. This has a hex, and not only does it have a hex, but I actually had to go back into a kit that I bought back in the 1980s to find a hex that is the right size. Don't know why it is so different, but there you have it. Alrighty. Okey-doke. So, C-clip. Use my fancy C-clip removal tool. And get myself that, get myself a shim, but the shim's not going to do much until the lock is turned. Now we can shim it. Alrighty, and a very small core, so the old dowel see. There's the key pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as promised. Alrighty. So I will show you the surprise once we have all the pieces available. And you can't quite see yet, but the first thing that we find is serrations there on key pin 5. Obviously not on a shorter pin like 6, but there's a serration there on 3 as well. And I think, yeah. It does not look like we have a serration there on 4. All right, up into the Bible. Got to be careful. See if I can get you down up close there. All right. Your very first is a spool. Number 2 is also a shorty spool. I'm sorry, that's a serrated pin driver. Number 3 is on the floor. You're hearing the sound of me moving around chairs to try to find that pin. Well, I'll tell you what, I will go back for it momentarily. Let me finish the gut in the Bible. I do believe I'll be able to find it. In fact, I think I see it. But let's go to 6. Standard pin. 5. Looks like a spool. Number 4, serrated springs. I'll just dump one of the springs so you can see, because this is a stock lock. Alrighty, one standard spring for you. And let me take one more quick look down. Alright, well, I will not waste your time while I look for that other pin, but trust me, it was, I believe, another spool. So, most importantly, the surprise that I was telling you about. In pin stack, I hope this doesn't make me look bad. In pin stack number 2, if I take the dinky little key pin and the spool above it, oh, I'm sorry, the serrated pin above it, we are directly at the shear line. So basically, the total height of the key pin and the driver pin at rest is only tall enough to reach the shear line. What does that mean? Well, the first time I started picking this thing, I learned a valuable lesson. In that situation, the moment you tension this, you are turning it, and the driver pin will no longer go up into the Bible because now it's caught. So you may have noticed that little waggle I did. I actually turned the lock upside down before tensioning to make sure that that driver pin was just a tiny bit up into the Bible before I actually tensioned it. So there you go. Alrighty, Bearsback, once again, congratulations on your 400 subs, and thank you everyone for watching. Please do, if you haven't already found him, subscribe to Bearsback. It's bear like the bear like the bear Baloo, and back like his back end. Alrighty, thank you everybody. Take care. Have a great one. Hey, like and subscribe as always, but feel free to comment. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks everybody. Take care.